Something that's really cool about working inside of workflow inside of Runway is you can test different models, right? So if I go to a video model, I have a whole lot of models I can choose from, and I can put them up against one another to see what's going to give me the best results. And same thing with photo, right? So if I want to use GBT image 2, I can put that up against NanoBanana or NanoBanana Pro to see what's going to give me the best results. And I really do love doing this because sometimes one model is going to give you a better result than the other depending on what you are working with. So for instance, I took a lot of photos of this coffee bag right here, and coffee bags have really small text on them. So a lot of times GBT image 2 will give me a better photo that is maintaining the actual text on the image. But sometimes I like the realism of Google's NanoBanana because I think their photos tend to be more realistic. Anyways, we're going to jump into workflow, and I'm going to create a workflow where I'm going to compare a couple different models. So the first thing we need to do is create a text, and I like to start with a text to put that into an LLM. So let's do a new text here. And we are going to take our images as well. So let's create a new LLM and a new image model. Perfect. And then we're going to take another image model, put this one down here, and now we're going to use Gemini nodes as well to help create a JSON to really get the best results. All right, and we are going to select our coffee bags. So I'm just going to use the front part, and as you can see, I have a super high quality image here that really showcases all the text on the coffee bag. And then here we're going to select our background. So I did get a couple different backgrounds, but I really like this kind of modern kitchen with the green tones. I think it's going to work really well for our coffee bag. So we're going to use this, and we're going to place our coffee bag in this same environment. So now we need a text prompt, and I'm going to tell Gemini to use the two images and create a JSON of combining them. And one thing that I have been doing recently is also putting in the camera instructions, right? So I'm going to tell it that it's shooting on a full frame camera and also at a 35mm lens at f1.4. So this way the background is going to be a little bit more blown out than what we normally would get. So I'm going to take my coffee reference, and I'm going to put this into image 1. And then we're going to take our kitchen, and I'm going to put this into image 2. And those are the two files that we are referring to in the initial text. So we're going to run this prompt. So you can see here that Google did give us a JSON, and a JSON is just going to give a little bit more details to the photo model. So it's really going to be able to break down the two photos that I fed it and tell exactly what the model to do, right? So now I'm going to create two image models, and we're going to put them up against one another. So let's use GBT image 2. I think GBT image 2 does a great job at maintaining text on products. So I'm going to make sure it does a great job here as well. And let's go in and change some of the settings here. Perfect. So we're going to do 4K 16:9 because we are going to create a video at the end in high quality. Awesome. And then we're also going to come back over to image, and let's do NanoBanana 2. Perfect. And then we're going to come in here and create 4K again, and also select 16:9. So we are creating the two of the same aspect ratios. So now I'm going to take my coffee photo here, and we are just going to put that into image 1, and then we are going to take our background here of our little kitchen, and we are going to put that into image 2, and then we're going to take our text prompt and put it into the text prompt of GBT image 2, and we're going to do the exact same thing for NanoBanana. So image 1 down there, image 2, and our prompt is going to go exactly into NanoBanana. Perfect. And now we're going to run these to see what the different results are using the two different models. And if you want to test this with 5 different models, you can do that. You just have to, put the image and the prompt of each one into each individual model. Now, I think this is awesome because a lot of times I'm struggling with what model to use. So working inside of workflow really allows me to put a couple of different models against one another to see what's going to give me the best results. Okay, so if we look here, we have our first image, and NanoBanana produced the image first. So let's take a closer look at it. Awesome, so you can see that it put our coffee bag in a similar setting as the one that we gave it as a reference. So let me zoom in here and kind of look at the text. And it did look like it did get a lot of the text correct, right? So it got the Colombian right, the pink bourbon, Even the region and the pink bourbon down here, 10 ounces, all looks good. But as we zoom in here a little bit closer, you can see under processing, it kind of put a little bit gibberish there, which is okay because I can always go into Photoshop and replace this. And now let's see if our GBT image 2 is almost done. So when putting GBT image 2 up against NanoBanana, I do find that GBT image 2 often does a better job at maintaining text on products, where NanoBanana does a better job at creating a more realistic look. So it's always good to run different models to see what's going to give you the best results, right? So now that our GBT image 2 model is done, let's take a look here. So you can see it's a very similar image. It's in kind of that same setting, but if I zoom in here, you can see it did a much better job at maintaining the text, right? So under processing, I could see that it's 42 to 96 hours ferment and wash, versus on the Google image, it wasn't as clear, right? So it kind of replaced it a little bit. But if you look here on the Google image, it does do a better job with the lighting, in my opinion. You can see the lighting sources coming from the left side, whether it's a left window, and you can see the highlight on the bag here and the shadow on the opposite side, which is also the same for the background. So they both did a really great job, but because GBT image 2 was able to maintain that text, I am going to move forward with the GBT image 2 image. So now that we can use this as our start frame, and then let's say we want to add a snake to this coffee bag here, right? Because their logo and their coffee bag has a bunch of snakes on it. So I thought it'd be cool to add a green python. So now I am just going to grab a new image node here. Perfect, green python, drag that into my image node. And now we're going to do the same thing. So we're going to do go text, and we're going to create a new prompt, and we're going to use a new GBT image node as well. And we're just going to put our first image into there. We're going to put our second image, the snake, into image 2. Okay, so for our prompt, we're just going to ask it to write a prompt where it's going to feature the snake wrapping around the coffee bag, and we are going to maintain that full frame camera look shot at 35mm, focusing on at f1.4. So let's do that here first. We're going to do another Gemini node. So let's create a new node, text Gemini, and we're going to run this into our text prompt. Run our first image into image 1, our green python. We're going to run into image 2, and first we're going to run this node here. You can see a vivid green snake with yellow spots, similar to the one in reference image 1, is wrapping itself around the stereo coffee, and it does maintain a lot of the same details. So now we're going to run this into GBT image 2 as the text prompt, and because we already linked up with those original photos, I don't need to do that. So let's run this. Okay, cool. So now if I zoom in, you can see I have my GBT image of the snake wrapping around the coffee bag, and if I click on it, it looks great. And even if I zoom in here, you can see that the text is still pretty close to being perfect, and I think it's just a little off because I ended up running this at 1K, but this image looks great. So now we're going to compare a couple different video models. So if I exit out of here and go back to my workflow. Okay, so now let's put a couple video models up against one another, and we're just going to use this as our first frame and this as our endpoint, right? So now I'm going to come up here and go to video, and we're going to use CDance 2.0, and then we're also going to use Kling 3.0. So let me find that, and we're going to run Kling in the 4K model. Perfect, and now we're going to create a new text for our prompt. And for our prompt, we're just going to write the snake slowly wraps himself around the coffee bag. Just a simple prompt. I think that's all we need right now because we are feeding it a first frame and a last frame, right? So we're just going to put this into CDance 2.0, and then we're also going to put it into Kling. And now we're going to take our image here of our first frame, which is all the way over here, and we're going to grab this and we're going to link it back up to all these as the first frame. And then we're going to link this up as the reference, right? So last frame, perfect. And let me just check my CDance, and let me 5 seconds, that's fine. And then we'll put cling at 5 seconds as well. Perfect. And perfect, done. And we're gonna run that. And then I'm gonna come over here to cling. And we're also going to run this. Now we have our two videos. So we have our one from Cdance and also the other one from Kling. So let's see what these videos look like. I'm going to just put them into full screen. So this is the Cdance video. Okay, cool, very cool. One thing that's kind of interesting is it added a second snake. So I wasn't anticipating that, but honestly, and it kind of moved the bag, but that's fine. We can create a better prompt for next time. Perfect, so now let's see what the Kling 4K version looks like. Nice. So I honestly like this one a little bit better. I love how it just kind of appears out behind the bag. And if I look in a little bit closer, you can see the text is doing a pretty well job of maintaining the text. Again, I can go in there and I can track the text and really make sure my text is correct, but you can see that I do have this stereo text, which is correct, the Colombian, the pink bourbon, and this snake wrap looks really cool. It's really realistic looking, and I would be happy using this video because I think it really did a great job with Kling 3.0. Awesome. So as you can see, those are a couple of different ways where you could test different models inside of Runway. I love working inside of workflow because again, it's a great way to test different models, to put them up against one another to see what's going to give you the best results, especially if you are creating content around a specific product. This is a great way to go about it. Also, please like and subscribe for more AI content like this. I'm having a lot of fun with it. And if there's anything specific you would like to see, please let me know in the comments section below. And if you're not already, please follow me over at Substack. It's kovaleki.substack.com. Check out my socials right here. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.